Hey you guys, I love thrifting and I'm so excited to show you guys some recent thrifting finds I have found. I have them all sitting over here and I'm gonna show the clothes that I found tried on so you can see them. And I'm just gonna share with you as well some tips I have learned over the last few years of thrifting. The majority of the clothes like you see me wear in videos have been thrifted or secondhand from friends. I do buy things new here and there, but not like a ton. For clothing wise, shoes, definitely I have to buy brand new most of the time, but clothing wise, I do a lot of it thrifting and I buy my pieces so cheap. I'm gonna share with you how I get them so affordable. And yes, so let's get into this. I'm so excited. Okay, first, I just want to share with you guys up front, everything I'm going to show with you guys clothing wise, I have gotten for either $2 and under. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, that's such a steal. And this is how I get things cheaper. Okay, so I have learned that going to the smaller local thrift stores, for me in the area that I live in, I get the better deal than if I were to go to, like, we have what's called Value Village or like Goodwill in our area. Those places often mark things up higher, especially like brand name things or things that are in nicer condition. Not saying that I won't go to the Goodwill. I have done that here and there, but for my regular thrifting, like what I do often multiple times a month, I go to the small local stores because that's how I get things $2 and under. I'm gonna show you first the $1 items that I just got. I just went thrifting with my kids on, what day was that? Wednesday. And this is the first thing I found. I'm gonna be saving this for summer. I haven't been wearing like a lot of really bright colored things. So I decided, you know what, I'm getting this for $1. I'm gonna just try it and see what I think about wearing something bright again. And what I like about it is it has these like little flutter cap sleeves. For me in the summer, I like having things to wear that I don't have to worry about like my bra straps showing. It's just more comfortable for me. So that is kind of a fun find that I recently got. The other thing that I got recently is what I'm wearing right now. And it's probably my favorite thrifting find. I had seen this like 2 times ago that I went to the thrift store and I didn't get it because I was like, I don't know, would I wear it? I'm really glad I got it. So I figured out it was still there, and so I decided to get it. I figured out that for me, when we're in this part of the year, I'm not wearing my heavier sweaters as much, but I still need a sweater. Like, I still have a long sleeve shirt underneath this. I'm always cold, so take this all with a grain of salt. I'm not ready to wear like just a short sleeve shirt or even just a long sleeve shirt, but I need something a little bit not too heavy, so this is perfect. So I really like this. I look this brand up online. That's one thing I love doing with thrifting sometimes, is looking up the brands online to see like, oh, did I get a good deal? Was this like a higher priced item? I think this might be a golf brand. I don't know. I couldn't really find out information about it. So on the time I went before last time, I got some sweaters, and these are things that I will be saving for next winter. Like, I wore one of them a couple times, but like this wool sweater I'm going to show you in a minute, I'm not going to be wearing till next winter. And that's another tip I learned from my friend Amy Jo. There is no harm with getting things and saving it for next winter, because it's actually really fun to be able to like go through your bins of, or however you store your clothes for the other season, and find something new that you haven't worn very much that you thrifted for the next season. So like, always think ahead, because you're gonna be saving so much money if you're saving these things for the next season, as opposed to like buying it brand new at the store. I found this, it's like a pretty, almost like, I don't know if I would call it like brick red, almost orangiest red. And guess what brand it is? J. Crew. Isn't that amazing? And it is, I think it's 100% wool. So I did hand wash this, but that's, yeah, it's lamb's wool. That's the other nice thing about thrifting things. I have ruined things I've thrifted, and yeah, it's really sad when you wash something and it gets ruined. But also, if you know you paid $2 or $1 and you ruin it, then it's not the it's not the end of the world. Okay, you only spent a few bucks, because I've ruined something I spent more on, and that's like more disappointing. But I did hand wash this because I thought, you know what, can I save money not taking it to the dry cleaner? Like, and it's probably less chemicals on it. So I did hand wash it and it turned out okay. So I'm excited. This will keep me so warm. I love really warm, heavyweight sweaters in the winter because it does get chilly here. Another sweater I got recently is this one, and you'll never guess what brand this is. Like, isn't this really cute with the cable knit in the middle? This is the Time and True brand from Walmart. Like, what? I really like it. Now I can tell it's not like super amazing quality. I will probably have to use my little sweater shaver on it, but it's really pretty. Even when I was checking out, the lady that was checking me out, she was like, that is a really nice sweater. So I was really excited about this. Another thing I got in that trip was these universal thread jeans. Now, that's the other thing that I like about thrifting is it gives you the opportunity. Just like I bought this top and I'm like, I'm not sure if I'll love it or not. I may not. Like, it gives you the opportunity to really try things out and see, do I like this? Is this like a repeat item or style that I want to wear? Because sometimes you don't know. I don't know if you've ever experienced this. Let me know in the comments, please. Let me know. Have you ever bought something and you're like, I don't even know if I really like this, but you end up keeping it and then you wear it and it suddenly becomes like your favorite thing and you're like, oh my goodness, like I'm so glad I kept this item because I love it. Well, that's the nice thing about thrifting is if I'm spending $1 or $2 on an item, one, I don't really try things on in the stores anymore because there's not really great fitting rooms at the places I go to. They only have bathrooms to try on things, which I feel like is weird. So I usually just take things and try it on at home. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, great. Yes, I want to be a good steward of my $1, my $2 that I spend on an item, but I don't feel as like personally invested. So these jeans, they're gray and I'm like, I don't know about gray, but I really needed another pair of jeans. And I was like going to some stores. I went to like the Abercrombie outlet because I had a friend tell me they have great jeans there and I tried on stuff, but I couldn't find anything that fit me well that was like in the clearance section. And I ordered some through Amazon to try, like the pay before you buy option. I ordered like 4 different pairs and none of them were like worth the amount of money that I would have spent on them. So just buying some at the thrift store, even the jeans I actually have on today that you'll see, well, you can't really see them. These jeans I've had for a long time. I thrifted those. So I thought, you know what, I'll try these out. I like the front buttons, the button tab or whatever you call those. And I don't know about gray, but they're cropped. They definitely are cropped. I couldn't even figure out what size these are. There's like no sizing on the inside. And then another thing I found, again, we'll be saving for next winter, are these pajamas. Look at these. Aren't these fun? And they're really fuzzy. I tried wearing them to bed like a few weeks ago and I got way too hot in them. So they're definitely gonna be more like either lounging around pajamas or wearing to bed when it's really cold. So I wanna share something that should not deter you with thrifting. So when I got home, I noticed that, see the inside of the cuff there? It is ripped right there. You don't really see it from the outside, so I don't need to sew it, but if I wanted to, I could sew it. And I just want to encourage you, like, don't let like a little hole in something, or even like if there's stains you have to be careful with because you don't know, like a lot of times people give things to the thrift store that have a stain on it because they're like, I'm not going to wear this anymore, so let me take it to the thrift store. But I've had things that have had kind of superficial like dirtiness on it. And it's gross because you're like, ew, that's someone else's dirtiness. But if you're okay with coming home and washing it, you might find a piece that you really like. And I have a coat that I wear all the time that I know the reason the person took it to the thrift store was because it had a hole in the collar of this black coat. And I decided to buy it. I took it home and I hand sewed it. Like, I don't even know how to use a sewing machine, you guys, but I know how to do like hand sewing of just like little holes and things, little stitching up those things or putting on a button or whatever. I can do that. And so that coat was such a great buy. Someone else was like, I don't want to take the time to sew this, or maybe they didn't know how to do it or whatever. But I'm like, it's worth me buying and just sewing up this little hole and we're good to go. So don't let that deter you. That's another thrifting tip. Don't necessarily let that deter you. Another thing I got in my last thrifting find was these napkins. So I've been slowly collecting cloth napkins, all from the thrift store, and I was really excited to find these. I think I got 4 of them, and they might have been $2 for 4 of them. Was that right? Yeah. And I had in my cart through Walmart some cloth napkins, and they were still a really good price. They were like 7 something. But I told the kids as we got in the car, I'm like, I saved $5 by getting these cloth napkins at the thrift store and not getting the ones at Walmart, which to me was like exciting. And yeah, they are a little bit faded. I don't know if you can tell, but not bad at all. And they're really nice. And I've been trying to do little things to switch to, like, I don't know, buying paper napkins feels, I do still buy them. Like for holidays, I always buy a napkin that goes with the theme of that holiday. And so we'll use those like throughout, because we don't just use it on the holiday, you know, throughout the months or whatever. But most of the time I like using the cloth napkins because it's not something I'm having to repurchase all the time. And it is cutting down on the environment. And I want to show you guys all these napkins I have thrifted over the years. And I also got this secondhand at a garage sale. And so it's really fun to, every time I go to the thrift store, I try to look at the napkins and see what they have. Of course, they're not like all matching. I have like, this is a random one that I found one of, but it's fun to be able to get things secondhand like this, home items that you're saving so much money, because cloth napkins can be so incredibly expensive. It's like, what? Paying for this little thing and it's like $20 for 4 of them. So I'm so excited about that. Now, I want to share with you guys something that does happen for me from time to time. And sometimes I will strike out with thrifting for a while and get discouraged about that. So in this last thrifting haul, I got these pants and I really like that they were burgundy. They are a little faded, but I thought they would look really comfy. They're too tight on me. So what I will be doing is I will be taking these back to the thrift store to secondhand. So yes, sometimes I definitely do strike out. And I have had phases where I struck out like multiple times, where either I got things and they didn't fit when I took them home, or I went looking and I'm like, I didn't even find anything. And in those times, it can be easy to feel discouraged, like, fine, like I'm not gonna thrift anymore. But I feel like you just have to keep going. You're gonna have days where you're like, wow, I really like got some winners here, and other days where, oh man, I just struck out. And that's why it is a time investment with thrifting. So it is much easier to just order something online and get it. But for me, I feel like I order things online and I have to return things all the time. So I actually don't know how much of a time saver it is. For me, it's like a fun hobby going to the thrift store. So if you don't like shopping, then I get that, where it'd be like, you know what, I don't want to do that, but I do love shopping, and this is like an affordable way for me to shop. I definitely still have to be careful with how often I go to the thrift store, because even with that, it can be easy to be like, oh, I'm going to go like a couple times a week, and I don't necessarily need to go that much. Last thing I want to share with you guys, another thing that I did thrift recently for my kids, and it's going to go in their Easter basket. I let them pick, well, I don't even know if we're going to do like an Easter basket or if it'll just be on the table when they get up in the morning, but I let them pick out 2 stuffed animals each that they will get to have on Easter. I like getting things for my kids sometimes that I know they're going to like. So I could have picked out the stuffed animals for them, but like knowing that for sure this is something they picked out they like takes out some stress for me. So Emma picked out these 2. Aren't they so cute? And I've already washed them, so they will be ready to go on Easter for them to snuggle with and play with. Have you guys heard of the Jellycat brand? This is actually an expensive brand, so I feel like this stuffed animal is probably like $15 to $20. So that was a steal, because these were either 50 cents or $1. I'm pretty sure they were 50 cents. So she picked out the 2, the unicorn and the horse, got a horse theme, and then Cole picked out this little doggy and this little guy who is a little bit worn, but I could not believe how much he whitened up after I washed him. It was yellowish, not yellowish, we'll say kind of tan-ish on his belly area, and he's pretty cute though, whitened up a lot. So that's really fun. I realized that that's something I could do to also save money for my kids, is can I look for things for them at the thrift store and use it for gifts for them? That's kind of a new thought I've had in my mind. Last thing I want to share with you guys that I got, I can't remember when I got this. This was a few months ago, but I found this purse at the thrift store, and it is so soft, and I don't know what brand it is or anything, but I couldn't believe I scored this, because I try to look at purses most times I go to the thrift, most of the time I go to the thrift store the last few months, because I wanted a new bag. And a lot of times what is at the thrift store is people's bags that are run down. Like they got rid of them because they're done wearing them. They really probably need to go in the garbage or whatever. But I could not believe this. And it also has like a longer strap if I want to use it as a crossbody, but I've been just actually using the shorter strap. Couldn't believe I found that there. And what I did was I just sprayed like Lysol on the outside and on the inside. And this was $3. So I guess I said everything I got was $2 or under. This was $3. But $3 for a purse, like, oh my goodness. That's just insane to me that I could find something this affordable. And I figured out something about myself. I try to order things online, but I really am like a visual person. So seeing things in person helps me a lot. And again, going back to how little, that does not make sense. How little I'm spending on things. Like, okay, if I saw this bag, to be honest, if I saw this bag online and it was like $50, would I buy it? No, but I got it for $3. So I'm like, okay, this is a nice bag and it's a pretty color. Like, I'm gonna get it. Maybe it's not my ideal item, but I'm gonna enjoy it and I'm gonna like it. And there's our clock, bird chirping clock going. That's something I've learned about thrifting is you're not always going to find like your absolute, this is my number one pick for this item. You're gonna have to make some compromises here and there if you're, thrifting to save money. But it's totally worth it. And I feel like it creates, for me, when I buy things thrifting, I have less stress about like, is this for sure the exact right thing that I want to spend my $40, my $50 on? Like, I have less of that stress. So those are some of my more recent thrifting finds that I found in the last few months. I hope that you enjoyed this. And I hope it maybe inspires you to get out and to go thrifting. And maybe you learn some new tips for helping you find the best deals at thrift stores. I hope so. I will definitely share more thrifting videos in the future because I feel like it's just really, for me, it's like really encouraging to see other people like finding deals and doing the best they can on like a smaller income. It's just fun to be able to find things that work for the income that you have. And so I hope it inspires you to be able to find some good deals at your local thrift stores. Hopefully you have some good places, because I know in some towns, if you live like in a very small town, sometimes there's not really great thrift stores, but maybe you can go to the next town over or whatever it may be. Or maybe when you're on your vacation, you can look for some local thrift stores. That's always fun too. Alrighty guys, that's all I have to share with you guys. See y'all in my next video. Bye.